European football returns to Stamford Bridge at last, albeit in the third-tier capacity. The first leg of our qualification against Swiss side Servette. How times have truly, truly changed. Sterling's out the door. Enzo MARESCA as ruthless as it gets. And if you ask me, a breath of fresh air, but more of that later in the video. Because the Blues face a challenge that to the vast majority may seem like a guarantee. Many of you may also look, and I've seen this from people on TikTok, on Twitter, on all sorts of social media platforms, that they don't want to be in this competition. If the stakes are so high, should we fail to win it, it may prove more detrimental for the club's image than the possibility of the opposite outcome. That said, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it just be nice to be the first and only side in history to have won all three: the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League, all at once? The flip side of that, of course, is that the likes of Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool, etc. won't care, nor would they want said accolade, as they are fighting at the very top level, and being where we are, it's nothing to really brag about. That said, whilst we're in this predicament, however, I would argue, much like the Europa League when we're in that, if we're in it, let's win it. And the two times we've been in the Europa League, we won it. So coming into this game, the main question is, who are Servette? Well, here we are. Founded 124 years ago, and in the year 1900, the Swiss side are 17-time champions in the division, in their respectful division, the Swiss division, but haven't won it since the 1998-1999 season. The Maroons, as they're known, won the Swiss Cup last season, which was in fact the last trophy they have won at a top-tier level since that league triumph in the late 90s. Ranking 139th in the UEFA coefficient, 130 below Chelsea. We are in 9th place. Servette managed to reach the round of 16 last season in the Conference League, losing to Victoria Plens on penalties. Before facing us to get here... This is bananas. How we're being forced to do this, I don't know. Before facing us to get here, to face Chelsea Football Club, Servette actually had to lose their previous match or two legs, but they had to lose to their previous opponents, Braga, which they did 2-1 in the second leg after the first leg finished 0-0. Coming into this game, they were without a win in 4 until right before playing us, they found their form again and registered a 7-1 win. After losing 6-0, 4-1, 4-0, and some other like 2-1. So they finally, suddenly found their form. Wild form at that. Just as they're about to come and face us. It's fantastic news. It's grand news. Team news, it's been all over the place today. One going in, one very big name going out, more or less. It was confirmed earlier today that Joao Felix is now once again officially a Chelsea player, this time on a permanent basis. Alongside that, well, the boss man said what many of us have been praying to hear for a while now, and that was in today's press conference, showing a side of himself reminiscent of the early Mourinho era and so on. Brutal honesty, ruthlessness when it comes to the game we love so much, with a team where players over the last few years appear to be content, too content if you ask me, and just going through the motions, getting their paychecks, so to speak. Now, MARESCA comes in and says, nah, not round here, son. No, fuck off if you're going to do that. Go and doss about somewhere else. We're not doing that here. No, sir. So Sterling, Raheem Sterling, highest earner on the club, effectively gone as of now. He's been training at home. He's been training elsewhere. He is gone and is exploring his options elsewhere. Simply put, This is how I read it. If you aren't good enough, if you aren't showing enough, if you aren't his style of player, you're out the door. You're out. You're gone. You see you later. No more. Alongside that, he's gunning the media. He's gunning the media as well, stating that the reports of him having to train 42 players is categorically false, and that the number is closer to 20, 21, and maybe now 22 with Joao Felix in the mix. So it's all been happening. It's all been happening. In terms of team sheet for this game, I'd expect to see a lot of different faces, completely honest with you. Madueke, Mudryk, Badiashile, Jorgensen. Maybe not Disassi. I've heard he's probably pretty much going. Is it Newcastle, I think? I think that's the name that I've heard. But anyone that isn't immediately in the starting 11 these days will probably feature. Again, it's a two-legged fixture. I don't think it's going to be one of those games where we're worried too much of you know, getting a close result to take it to the second leg, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, like I say, I'm trying to think of other players. Maybe start Renato Vega on the left, Gusto on the right, give him some more time. In the middle, it's probably going to be Badiashile. We might see Toss in. And then in the front, in the middle, rather, we might see Dewsbury Hall start. We might see Joao Felix play because he has been playing with Atletico Madrid. So you never know. The possibilities are endless in terms of who we can play. 21 players, though. Maresca, I hear you loud and clear. Don't come for me. Predictions-wise for this game, it would be embarrassing, would it not? It would be absolutely embarrassing for me to assume anything less than a commanding victory. However, these days, you never know. You never truly know. With that said, whilst I am confident that we can produce a standard victory that you would expect playing against a team 139th in the UEFA coefficient rankings, I would expect us to let in at least one goal regardless. 4-1 is my prediction. Conservative one, I would say, for this game. I hope I am wildly incorrect, and it's far more than that. I say conservative because I do think it could be far, far, far more than 4-1, having had them, lose 6-0 the other day against Braga, I think it was. Not Braga, Basel, who we've pulled their pants down a few times in the past, but not for a while. 6-0 to them, 2-1 against Braga, 7-1 then they won, and now they've got to play us on this Thursday, next Thursday. We'll have to see how it goes. With that said, let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on everything revolving around the Raheem Sterling situation. Joao Felix back to Chelsea as well. I want to hear it all in the comments down below. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. With that said, my name is Harry Up. Cheers and peace.